Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Spintires Mudrunner. Now then, I had the press release version previously. I now have the full version, and because the press release version, the save games, are not compatible with the full version, I can't do anything from the previous episodes. I'm going to try to do one episode a week of Mudrunner, and we'll do this on a Sunday. They have actually sent me a save game with everything unlocked on it so that I can go through and I can do anything that I want to on here, which I figured was actually pretty good. So we've got these 6 maps here that we can pick from. We did the bog, that's what we were working through. And we've got additional progression points. I don't know what progression points are for. Anyway, so we've got the crossing, which has got a big river in the middle. And then we've got downhill, which I think is fairly self-explanatory. Deluge, which looks like it's completely covered in water. Seashore and island. Now, I really don't know which one I'm going to go for. So I think I'm torn. I don't know about downhill. Downhill seems like it's going to be really, really difficult. I think because like the challenge in that, I think is more likely in downhill. I'm pretty sure I've seen stuff from downhill. Well, things are tipping over all the time. I don't think I'm advanced enough to do that. So we're going to go for the island. That's where we're going to go first. And game balance, it says 7 points. So we can choose which trucks that we want. And so you click on that one and you can pick any truck that you like. So if we go for that one, and then we've got this one here, which is recallable. I'm actually going to go for the blue one because we've not tried the blue one before. Now, what I would like, the C255 we've got, we can't have the... Oh, yes, we can. The E7310 is 5 points. Look at that beast. That's even bigger than this one. This is a D537, which we were using, but I thought it was a D535, actually. Maybe it was named wrong. Now, I thought that those were Land Rovers, but they're not. It's a Ute, is it? Is that what it's called? Similar to a Land Rover, I believe, but it's a different make. But yeah, so I did get that wrong in the last few episodes. And so this is the one that we used previously, and it worked really well. I was really pleased with the performance of that. But this thing here, look at that. That thing looks like a monster. I wonder if that is going to be better. I don't know. Which one do I want? I really don't know. I'm torn. You know what? We're going to go for this. It's 5 balance points. So that means that on this one here, we need to actually get rid of it. And we need to have a single balance point on that one as well. We're going to go for the twin axle there. So we have our 7 balance points. We've got the massive, great big thing. We've got a blue, a Ute, I think it's called. And the, whatever that one is, the C256. So yeah, those are the ones that we're going to do. We're going to go for casual. I prefer to do this in casual. We might try hardcore later on, but I don't really want to. I'm going to show you what we've got with them. I mean, casual here has, can recover in unlocked garages, damaging the truck doesn't change its parameters, fuel consumption is lower, can skip nighttime, navigational route is visible in-game, some achievements are unavailable. You switch to hardcore. A damaged truck will struggle to steer. Its engine has less power and will stall. Diff lock doesn't affect steering wheels and damages a truck on hard surfaces. Diff lock can't be engaged while using automatic gearbox. Log stations are disabled. Only manual loading is available at the log kiosks. Navigation is limited to the distance and position of the next route. Wheels will auto steer and force the truck to move downhill on slopes. So yeah, as you can see, hardcore is quite hardcore, and it's a little bit too hardcore for my preferences, so I'm going to go for this. We may try it just for something to sort of play around with at some point, but I don't really want to do that now. You got mods, your proving ground, default, so we're just going to go straight for this. We will look at mods later on. I'm not going to put any mods on it just yet. I'm going to explore a bit more of the base game and see what we have to... see what is on offer. Right, this one here can take a fuel cistern, a garage trailer, log carrier, short log trailer, and utility trailer. Now, something that we could have with the other one, though, the D537, when we were using it, was that we could put a trailer and we could put something on the back of it as well. Doesn't look like you can do that with this one. I mean, if I go fuel cistern, that puts that on the back there. Garage trailer goes on right behind. And you've got log carrier, short log trailer, and utility trailer. So we're actually more limited with this than we would have been with the machine that we wanted. Because what I wanted to do was I wanted to unlock a garage. Now, let's just have a look through here and see what we've got. There's the K700, the C255. I've got log kiosks and watch points all over the place over here. Fuel station, there's the garage there. And we've got a lumber mill over here and another watch point there. So really all we want to do is we just want to travel along that road and we want to get to this garage. So the reason I want to do it was because I want... Oh, block post is open. Okay. I don't know what that's in aid of. What I wanted to do was, it was suggested to me in the last one, so what I'm thinking is that we're not going to do this. I'm just going to reload that a minute. How do I reload? That's more like it. So now we can have the garage trailer and we can have the garage parts as well. I've also changed that truck up a little bit over there. Oh, I just started my engine. I didn't actually mean to do that. We just move that like that. So, yeah, we want to put a garage trailer on and we want to put a garage parts on. So I want that one there, install, and I want the garage trailer as well so that I've got both, which means I can take an entire garage in one go. That's the plan with this. If I can move an entire garage in one go, I can then, in theory, I mean, that's actually on, like, rail wheels, that is. That trailer is going to be very, very difficult to move anywhere. So, as you realized from the last video, or the last few videos, several people did point out and sort of said, you know, are you for real? Is this actually what you're like? Yes, it is actually what I'm like. I do not have a sense of direction. I have zero sense of direction. I could just about get lost in my own house. I really do have that bad a personal sense of direction. It is that hopeless for me. Day-to-day life is a struggle, and finding my way out onto my own front road and, you know, to the shops and so on, it's a daily struggle. It really is. Okay, maybe not quite that bad, but you get the idea. I do have an absolutely appalling sense of direction. It really is that bad for me. So let's just go, we'll put the camera here. I can't zoom out any further than that, and that is the annoyance with this. We always have diff lock on with this one, and we're low on fuel. We've only got 200 litres of fuel. I'm not quite sure where we can go to get more fuel. We are plummeting straight into some deep mud straight away. That's a good start. So we got the lumber mill there. Where is the best place for fuel? That's the next point. We've got logs kiosk, log station, garage, fuel station right next to the garage, all the way up there. That might actually be the only option. We're just going to have to cane it. We're just going to put our foot to the floor and hope for the best. So let's all wheels, there we go, and let's go for it. So I'm going to try putting the camera back to here and see how we can make this work. That trailer is terrible. That trailer is going to be genuinely an absolute appalling struggle to get through anywhere, which is probably why there's not very many vehicles that can actually take it. Okay, I really don't like the camera being up there, and I can't move it round. I don't have the ability to see very much, and they have made some changes to the camera. There's been some graphics improvements since the release of the game. The steering wheel should all now be working as well, but they still haven't made it so the camera can zoom all the way out. And I will probably complain about this continuously throughout every single episode that I ever do. It's just something is going to happen, unfortunately, because I really don't like it. So we've unlocked that one. There is another one here as well somewhere. Oh, that's the Kirovitz tractor over there. And we'll come back over there. We can always unlock that at another time. I don't really need it right now. What I do want is to try to unlock, to get a camera in a decent position on here. There we go. Let's try that. Right, it did say that was a block post is open. Trucks with no lumber are allowed to pass. Really? We're not allowed to get through if we have lumber. What are you supposed to do with the lumber then? That's a bit harsh, that is. That's seriously harsh. But at least we're able... This thing's on the move, this is. Look at this. This thing's fantastic. And yes, you do have the... slow down. The liquids are showing off inside those tanks. Several people pointed out before that was actually very, very cool. And I agree. I do love the way the liquids kind of work in this. Right, the road has become decidedly worse. So let's try keeping the camera up here now. And over we go. Right, so I know that I said that the steering wheels are now actually available. I have chosen to do this series without using a steering wheel because I know that not everybody has a steering wheel available. And so I figured that I do all of my Farming Simulator stuff with a steering wheel. And one thing about my channel that I've sort of said right from the beginning is that I don't hide things behind a paywall. I'm not going to do stuff that people can only access if they can give me money. The only exception to that is if and when I release any merchandise, anything like that. Obviously, that's something that people will have to pay for. And it's something that I'm currently looking into for those of you who might be interested. Now, with regards to the steering wheel and stuff, you know, I buy DLCs and things like that. I'm fortunate enough to be in a position in life where I'm actually able to make the occasional purchase. This is a very, very small island. It's very, very small islands. We're already here, so we can unlock this garage. I'm hoping that means that we can get some fuel as well. Just stop right there. Garage, unload. Kaboom! All of them, and we've now got Island Settler, a new achievement. That is fantastic. So we've got everything here, and we've got our new garage. It's the first time I've unlocked a garage in this game. Let me press F1 and take a look. So that is as far as we can go, really. We've got a fuel station right there, and there's a watch point just a little bit further out. So I'm going to try and get to that watch point so that we can uncover this bit. And now I'm thinking, really, the rest of what I'd like to do today is uncover the rest of the watch points, and at least like uncover this map a little bit, see what we can see on here. Don't know. Actually, you know, it's probably a good idea if I at least put a mark of where it is roughly so that we can see it. I'm not going to take anything else with me. I'm just going to take this machine exactly as it is, and we'll see what it can do. I don't get too hopelessly stuck anywhere. Right, that I think... Oh, that's the fuel over there. So let's go and get the fuel first. Right, try it like that. So, yes, as I was saying... Ooh, that is belching out a lot of smoke, isn't it? As I was saying, not everybody is able to afford a steering wheel, and you know, it's nice to be able to see these things working. It's nice to be able to see you know, things being done in games that you can't always do yourselves, which is, you know, that's fine. That's what I do with Farming Simulator. I always get the DLCs, and I play with the steering wheel. I play with the joystick as well. I get everything all set up, and I quite like the way that I have it all running. But I was thinking that with this game, I would do it with budget in mind. So, you know, you've stretched the budget, you've been able to buy the game, but can you do it without a keyboard, without a steering wheel? Because a steering wheel costs quite a bit of money, and let's be honest. I mean, it's not a vast sum of money by some people's standards, but by other people's standards, it's completely unaffordable. There is just no way that you'll ever be able to afford a steering wheel, or at least not in the near future. So I'm going to play this whole series with that in mind. If there's paid DLCs, then I will probably buy the paid DLCs. But I'm not using a steering wheel, and I won't use any other peripherals either. That is going to cost a load of extra money. I'm going to try to do this with budget in mind, so that you can see that it's entirely possible to do this. It's not going to hold you back, it's not going to ruin your gaming experience. And, I mean, quite frankly, I've not missed the steering wheel. When I play Farming Simulator, I genuinely miss the steering wheel because of how jerky the movements are, unless you can get a decent mod installed. But for this, I've absolutely not missed the steering wheel at all yet, and I am more than happy to play this with a keyboard. It works really well. It allows you easier access to the mouse so that you can control that at the same time. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for this series. Now, we've done that bit, and we were just heading back over here so we can see the log station. I might just take this... I'm kind of tempted to just leave this vehicle here. I might take it back over to the garage, and then we'll change over to the small, the ute, I think you were calling it. And we can move that. Yeah, if I go, I'll try and turn around here. I want to go there, and then I want to go... I don't want to go there. I want to go like that. And then we'll get the other one, and we'll use that one to go around. So we're also going to have to try to unlock the place where we've got to get through in order to be able to get through with logs, because we're not allowed to go through that point with logs. I can't understand. That makes no sense. You can go through with anything else, but you're not allowed to take logs through that middle point. So there's obviously another way round, and we've got to locate that and sort of make our plans accordingly. We'll just bring this one in here, and I'll park that one up over there. Right, he's ready to go now should we need it in the future. I'm just going to park brake on, Click on advanced and stop engine. Right, now we press F1 and we move over here and we go to the A1315. I want to go to that one. You double click and then it puts you onto it. So you got a spare wheel and a trunk. What does a trunk do? Capacity 8. Oh, fuel capacity 80 litres. Carries 200 repair points. Carries 60 repair points. I see. So you can go and repair something should the need arise. Well, we're not going to worry about either of those. We're just going to stick with what we've got right here. So let's start the engine up. And did you see that? That's one thing I really do love about this. So let's stop the engine. You can see the engine working inside the machine. It is really cool the way it does that. I don't want to change the truck. I just want to start the engine up again so you can see that. There you go. And we'll take it off the advanced. So we have got... It's a nice little machine, this one is. I quite like this. And yeah, what did you say this one was called? It was a Ute, wasn't it? Or an ITE or something? Or was it a UAZ? It might have been a UAZ. I genuinely don't know, but it's not a Land Rover, I've been told. It's absolutely not a Land Rover. Everything on this map is Russian. We've got all Russian vehicles. So we've got the diff lock. I think the diff lock uses more fuel than the all-wheel drive. Or is it the all-wheel drive that uses the most fuel? No, I actually can't remember. Right, we headed off up that way last time. We went up through here and to there. We went up through that point there. I don't want to do that. Block post is open because we don't have any logs. So we're going to have to go around this way. The first one that we want to do is actually going through here. And we want to make our way over here, across the river, and up this way. And then that is the watch point. How we get from here to here, I don't really know. That's going to be the more interesting part. We'll see. So we're gonna we'll just keep it for diff lock and all wheels. We'll just keep all of it in. I didn't want to do that, did I? No, I don't want to do that either. Wrong buttons. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Let's bring that one out, and I want to sort of have it like that there. Perfect. Now we can do this. We are actually going to move somewhere. We are going to do something. So a nice little blue vehicle that we got here. I don't know if I can squeeze through those trees or if I need to go back to the garage and get round. Okay, this thing is absolutely hopeless. It's gotten stuck on the first tiny little rock. And it doesn't want to go anywhere. So maybe this is not the best. It's completely and utterly and hopelessly stuck against a tiny little twig. And yeah, this really is not a very powerful machine. I think it's probably just because of the weight of it. It's quite light. So it should be able to bounce. So I mean, once we can get it moving, it should be able to bounce along just fine without any problems. Let's try taking the diff lock off and see how it runs just on four-wheel drive. Pretty better if we can have it on four-wheel drive, I would figure. That's my guess anyway. Right, we run along the coast now, and then we need to follow that line up through there. How muddy is this going to be? I love these trees that lie across the roads. It gives it sort of, it's a really nice flavour to it. You've got to sort of scramble over these trees and stuff. It makes it a little bit more interesting. So we're going along fairly wet sand, but I mean, sand is usually fairly easy to traverse, isn't it? Unless it's like bone dry and really soft, and then I suppose it could get a little bit more interesting. Can we get through here? We can try. Okay, we're definitely putting the diff lock on now. We're going to get through, we're just going to get washed away. Right, I think that we'd actually be okay to get logs down through this position here. We can sort of bypass that whole thing that we had there. 44 damage so far. It's just because I went a little tiny bit too fast and hit one of the rocks. This thing does appear to be a little bit delicate. It's obviously not designed for taking massive amounts of damage, but we are getting round. I do like the map. I'm liking what I'm seeing from this map, even if I am sort of I'm driving all over the place. I really don't think my driving would improve if I was using a steering wheel on this, because this thing does it seems to be sliding around an awful lot. 4 damage there. Let's move. We'll try and stick with the road-ish, because this thing doesn't seem to do very well when it's not on the road. And down here, so hard mode, obviously it would be pulling downhill. Wherever we're sort of pointing slightly downhill, it's going to be pulling that way, which is obviously increasing the challenge that you're going to be getting for this particular, well, for any map really. I mean, especially for a vehicle like this, I think it would really increase that challenge there. but at the moment we seem alright. Let's bring this round and... Right. How do we get through there? I reckon if we weave in and out of these trees a little bit, like that, we should be able to get in. There we go. And coming through. And more. Easy does it. Just want to go gently. We just want to go gently. And not too far. So let's go in a little bit further this way. There. And we're through. No, we're not. We're stuck on a tiny, tiny little pointless sapling that you wouldn't affect anything else at all. But, yeah, we've managed to get hopelessly stuck on it. I wonder if I can, like, get a little bit of a run-up and actually get over that sapling. Go on, you can do it. Diff lock on. Is that going to help? Nope. It's just getting me stuck. Oh, it broke off. It did eventually break off. So we are able to eventually sort of push our way through, but it's still not easy. You know what I'd actually like to see in this game? Is a motorbike. I'd like to see like a scrambler or something like that. That could be very interesting. Is there any mods with like a scrambler? I did see someone using a mod with a dune buggy, which I thought was actually pretty cool. That did look very good. And that, well, that was with the original Spintires. So whether it's been converted over for this one yet, I don't really know. But I definitely seen it for the original Spintires. Okay, we're going to stop there a moment and we're going to take a look. So you can get through there if you've got logs on, but you can come here to, well, this is where the lumber mill is, so you can go to the log station there and you could load up, and then you just travel all the way through this way and you deliver it to this lumber mill. The other lumber mill, obviously we got that one there, that's I think you've actually got to deliver to both lumber mills. But anyway, our next task is we want to get from here, we want to get up through there, and then we've got to get through that bit. That bit there doesn't have any road visible, which is kind of concerning. And I don't know whether I should try to go that way or if I should go... Actually, I'm going to go up this way. We're going to head this way. We're going to go round there. We're going to traverse this piece here. This bit looks a little bit worrying. And then once we've gotten past there, we need to get across the river. Now, the main road is actually taking us that way and then back up onto here. And then we want to head up that way like that. So that's kind of the route that we want to take. It's quite short. This isn't a... This isn't a big map, which is, it's kind of good that. I like that it's not a big map. It's fairly compact. So you get everything more close together. I mean, the bog was, it was more spread out. And I don't know if any of the other maps are, like, even bigger still. And I would guess... Actually, I don't know. Are maps... Are you able to mod maps into this game? Like, can you create maps for different things? Or is that, you know, are you limited to the maps that are already released with the game and... any that the developers might release later on with you know, various DLCs that they might release. And I would guess that maybe you could make some very, very big maps on this game. I mean, it's multiplayer compatible as well, so you've got options that you can... There's things that you can do with, that, you know, if you've got more than one player, it's obviously going to make it a bit more interesting. You can join several of them together, but I think there is actually a way to join a couple of vehicles together and tow each other, even in single player. So there is that bit to think about. We will try to do that at some point. I don't know when it will be, but that's one of the things that we're going to try to tackle at some point during our weekly visits to this game. So we've made it over this far, and now we want to head up the road up this way. I suppose we could have just taken a shortcut there, to be honest. And I want to have a look up that mountain a minute. Can I see? I can't see up the mountain very well. It's a bit of a ooh. So we could I guess we could go like up in between some of those rocks. It'd be a struggle, but I reckon we could still do it. Anyway, never mind that. Let's carry on up this way. We've got loads of fuel on this thing. Even though we've had the diff lock on for quite a while now, we've not really drunk up a lot of fuel compared to the big well, it's a D537 it says, but I could have sworn when I was doing it last time it was a D535, unless I got that wrong. Maybe I could very well have labelled it up wrong. You all know that I'm hopeless at getting the information out. I do try to get you the right information, but yeah, it doesn't always work out quite so well, does it? It's yeah. Okay, moving on. Let's see if we can get through here. I really hope that the water does actually push you downstream a bit. Yes, it does. It's physically pushing me downstream. And you can see the water is building up against the side of the vehicle, and it's actually pushing me as well. You do have like a bit of a bow wave there beside the vehicle. That is fantastic. The water physics on this game are brilliant. And yes, I know the mud does look a little bit clunky when it's like sticking to the wheels and that. I'm willing to overlook that for the overall effect that we've got with this map. I'm willing to overlook some small details like that. Right, we have made it out onto the road. I mean, well, what's left of the road. The road's kind of deteriorated somewhat, I feel. And you've got one good bit of road across the middle of the island, and then the rest of it is just, it's all gone downhill from there, hasn't it? So we're heading now towards that second garage that we made. And this is actually going to be more of a struggle to get through. That D537 vehicle, that just waltzed up through here like there was nothing there. And that was carrying that huge trailer as well. This thing is just... It's designed for cross-country, but it's not cross-countrying, is it? It's just kind of sitting still and slowly spinning in spot. Ooh. Do we want to go... I was actually wondering whether I should go to the garage or whether I should go up there. Let's take a look. Right, well, the garage is up this way. And then the watch point, I could go round through the forest here and go. What are we on? We're damaged on 94. There's no other place to repair. And we've got these two watch points that we want to uncover in order to finish uncovering everything on the map. I don't think it's possible to get over there, is it? I wonder if it is. That could be interesting. Might be worth trying to find out if we can get to some of these islands. Anyway, not right now. I think the watch point is on the coast, so if we go down to the garage, down here... Oop, no, I didn't mean to do that! That was the wrong move. There. Right. If we go down towards the garage, here, and then we head through here to the coast, I think we can then kind of head up the coast here, and then there's the watch point. So, I think that's how we can do it. I don't know, though. It's worth a try. Right, park brake off, and... Right, so I want to go down towards the garage so that I can get those repair points and reset our damage. We'll also get the little bit of extra fuel that we want. And then once we get there, we can start sliding on up through the coast and hopefully unlock at least one more of the watch points before we run out of time in today's episode. Wouldn't you know it, it took me nearly all night. Okay, I skipped the night, but still. We can overlook that little bit, and we'll just pretend that I was struggling through the mud nobly and valiantly through the entire night. Took me hours, it did. Hours and hours, and I've used up all that fuel and everything else. Right, let's just stop right there. Close enough, I think. There we go. Repaired 94 damage, 31 litres of fuel restored, and we can head off to the next point. So let's just spin that bad boy around like that. And how do I want the camera set? See, the camera's brilliant for this small vehicle, but when you've got a long vehicle with a trailer, that's when the camera's not so good. That's when I don't like. That's what I don't like about the camera. Is it's just not really very good for a bigger vehicle. And so the idea is, I'm hoping that we can just follow the coast all the way around. Most of the damage that I repaired has been added back onto the vehicle before I've even left sight of the garage. Welcome to Frith's world. This is how he does things. This is just how he rolls. Living life on the edge, that's what that is. Or, you know, it could just be bad driving. I'm not quite sure which one. I'm sure it's living life on the edge and not just bad driving. It couldn't possibly be just bad driving. Not from someone as experienced as myself. I wouldn't do bad driving, would I? Nope, absolutely not. Ooh, okay, maybe I would. And how far into the beach how far into the sea can we go? Is that going to like help us? If we like go rushing around through the water, we can like avoid stones and I'm kind of worried now because I can't actually see underneath the water at all. It's that murky and dark. Oh, there's some more damage taken. You know, we've only actually got to get this truck round to the last watchtower. If we can get it to the last watch point, we'll have uncovered the whole map, and that'll be that. We won't need to worry about it anymore. Although I'm not actually too concerned about that last one. Let's see. That one's up there. I reckon that we could unlock that one with one of these. We'll take that C4320 and run that one up through there. We'll go through that road there, and we'll head up that way. We'll do that eventually. But we have right here is a promontory? Promontory. I don't know. A thing. A bit that sticks out. An archipelago. No, an archipelago is a string of islands, isn't it? I want to go up there and get into that lake, and I also want to go out here and see if it's possible to get across here. I want to go to there and to there. Can I get across that point? I don't know. Probably not with this one, but I'm wondering if any of the vehicles that we've got have like an amphibious capability. That would be very, very cool if you can drive some of them through the deeper water. I think it's worth looking into. It's definitely worth investigating. But I got a feeling that this thing ain't going to get over to that island. That's just not going to happen, is it? If I drive down here, although we can recover this one quite easily. Right. It's saying dangerous water level. And it's looking like we are... We're just sinking. I'm not actually doing anything at all. What's it look like from inside the cab here? I'm just floating. Yeah, it's not going to work. This was a bad idea. Yeah, if you take a look now, you'll oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. I'm literally just floating now. I'm just kind of floating along. That's the end of it. Well, that didn't go quite as planned. I was hoping to try and get across. We'll have to see if it's possible to get across there. There's a lot of running water here. We're in the ocean. It's not supposed to have running water like that. So we do float. You don't actually like sink right to the bottom. You just kind of float around. Alright, right. That's great. Let's recover that one. So recover in garage. I don't want to recover in that garage. I want to recover in this garage over here. I don't want to recover in that garage. I want to recover in this one. B66, recover in garage. Oh, you can only do it to the nearest garage. That's your only option. So let's just go there and stop engine. And finally, the last thing, we'll try climbing up into that crater another time. What I want to do now is I want to go to this one here, and we've got like a garage type thing with us by the look of it. Or a repair option. We haven't really used a truck like this, have we? So we'll use this one. We're not going to use the, start that bad boy up. We'll leave the Kiribits where it is. We will unlock it as we go past because we're heading over that way. And there we go. K700 is unlocked. My timer's going off to say that we've run out of time. So let's just very quickly find our way. Actually, you know what? Let's not try and find our way. Let's mark our way just to be on the safe side. And see if we can unlock before we end this episode. I'm hoping we can. So I'm going to try and do it like this. So where are we going to want to go? I'm going to keep following the road for a minute because I'm hoping that the road will sort of take us near at least where we want to go. I don't have the diff lock or all wheels on yet. I'm still getting through. That's pretty good. So let's throw on all wheels. I'll tell you what, we can easily compare the two. So that's 4 litres. The diff lock doesn't actually use more fuel. So it's all wheels that you'll use more fuel, and the diff lock doesn't. The diff lock just aids with traction. So we want to use the diff lock more than we want to use all wheels, don't we? But we don't want to get stuck. Okay, there is actually another track that runs out that way. Comes down over here. So if we can get this all unlocked this time, we can then take a look. I'd like to go... Oh, there it is. There's the last point. I'd like to travel up on top of that mountain, so let me know what vehicle you'd like me to use. We'll use the ones that we've got unlocked on here, and I'll try to get up onto the top there. We will see if there's anything. If anybody knows if any of the vehicles have got amphibious capabilities, let me know as well, because that should be a really cool thing to try and find. Explore Island Achievement unlocked. Excellent. Right, so we've got everything here. I'd like to... Well, that one there shouldn't be a difficulty. I'll tell you what, we'll try heading up there now. This one up here is going to be a bit more difficult. We've got the B66 over here. And we've got... I think that's everything. That's all of our stuff unlocked. We've got the C375 over there as well. And which one are we in? We're in a C4320. Okay. Oh, hang on. I wanted to mark that. So it's there that I want to get. But I reckon actually, if we go to that point there and then... Our next point is about there. That might be the way to go to get up there. So let's see if we can do this. I really don't know if this is even going to be possible, or at least not with this vehicle. I think we might need a better vehicle to try and do this with, but we'll see. So we can head straight up here. This bit shouldn't be too difficult, I'm hoping. We will use the... We'll... Whoa! They're all wheels on. This thing is fantastic. Okay, I've just been like looking at the really small light stuff and then the really big vehicles thinking, oh yeah, these are brilliant. They'll go anywhere. They'll do anything. But I mean, this one's climbing up here just with the diff lock on. and then it was struggling a little bit. I add in four-wheel drive, and it's powering up through. Now, look at that. Look at the difference it makes. That's phenomenal. That is, I'm genuinely impressed with that. We're going to use this truck a little bit more, I think. I like this one. Now, what's going to be up the top? This is the bit. This is the thing. Let me see. Oh, no. Don't fall. Don't tip over. Don't fall. Careful. Easy does it. Right, over we go. And we've made it to the top. We have made it to the top and straight into the water. Dangerous water level. We're completely submerged. Go on, get out of there. Get out. Go on, you can do this. I want you to get all the way across and up out the other side. You can do this. I know you can. I've got complete faith in you, truck. I've got absolute total faith in you. You can do this. Go on. There's nothing for a winch point up here, so it's all on you. It's all on your power. And what's going to happen now? Oh. Yeah. That didn't work out quite so well. I should have gone just to the right of that rock. That would have been better, because that doesn't look very good, does it? Right, if you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.